to the Max Theory Podcast.
Hey guys, this is Jesse and Josh from Max Theory, and today we're going to talk about how status affects your interactions with women. Now, you want to become famous one day? Do you want to have high social status? Well, we're going to talk to you right now about the pros and cons of gaining social status or becoming famous.
Yeah, and we're going to start off by talking about status because I believe it's more relatable to the everyday person. Status is something that we experience as part of the social hierarchy of the human experiences. When there's communities involved, there's going to be like social status hierarchies. So, for example, the nightclub. You'll find generally the people that have the tables generally have higher status. The people that dominate the table will display higher status. And there's a way you can fake it, and there's a way you can manipulate it to work in your favor when it comes to having successful interactions with women. And that's what we're going to discuss today. So obviously, Jesse, you've made your name in the club scene. How do you find people can manipulate status in the club scene to benefit their interactions with women?
Well, I would say that if you have a good group of friends that come out with you on a constant basis, it just makes your group look good in general, right? So let's say you take a table with a bunch of your guys are cool, you guys dress well, you guys know exactly how to act in front of other people, you guys have a good social status around the people around you, and then of course, you know what, it's just going to be easier for you to gain attraction from the women that are in the club. And also, if you have a lot of girlfriends that come out with you or a lot of friends that are attracted to you or some women that like you, and then after they come, they join your table, it's just going to make a better look for your table in general. People are going to want to know who you guys are because, you are the it people in the club. So I would say, like, if you're going to talk about table game and, like, being in the club and, like, how to have a high social status, I would definitely surround myself with the right people so that you could have the best table possible, the right guy friends, and then after have a lot of cool girlfriends that come out with you that, of course, know how to dress well and, like, act fun and, have a good enjoying time and be able to interact with people easily. I feel like it's very important to be around people that aren't just standing there and like looking all bougie and shit. You should definitely be with a few cool girls. They don't always have to be all attractive. Some of them could be friendly, but of course you definitely want to have some attractive girls at your table and some girls that you could generally have a good connection with and have good connections with other people. And that's what's really important in table game, I find. And we could definitely elaborate.
Yeah, for sure. And this is for, you could say, night game or nighttime interactions. And you don't have to have status. Like, you can have great success just being a regular person, low-key undercover. Generally, I mean, if I think back, I've had some of the best times where no one knew who the hell I was, and I was in a brand new area, in a brand new club, had a great time. But, if you do want to go the status route and it's something that you want to explore, obviously you can, there's ways to do it. So obviously you could be part of the staff. So being the DJ, you're instantly at an extremely high status level. Any type of manager, if you're a promoter, a higher status level. Obviously, generally, a general customer who hasn't got a table is going to be lower status. But a lot of times it can play in your favor. It can be in your head as well. I know with my experience, hosting parties, I do encounter very different situations in terms of, I feel like when the eyes are on you, you have to kind of people are watching and you can kind of ruin any credibility because you got the attention on you. And that's how I found there's different ways to handle it. So one of my best friends growing up, he was a DJ in West End, so all the tourists would go there and he could just lay back. At the end of the night, the hot girls would always search for him, guaranteed, because he was a good looking guy and he was the DJ and he kind of just was chilled with it. And for me, that's how I've seen it best played. I mean, what have you noticed? Obviously, you've seen a lot of high rollers, a lot of big names in these environments. How do they kind of carry themselves with high status to get the interactions that are successful for them?
Well, I feel like the difference between guys in the nightclub are some guys are out there looking for full validation, and you could definitely smell it a mile away, and that obviously kills attraction. Whereas there are some guys who are just there, like having a good time, they're cool with themselves. Let's say some guys, they don't even have to have a table sometimes. Sometimes you could go to the bar and just be like, dress nice, look cool, like just stand at the bar and like just be chill. And then after when an opportunity arises where you see a girl that you like, you go and you introduce yourself, and then after it's game game on from there. Like I don't feel like you definitely necessarily need to have a game or need to be a promoter or need to be a DJ or need to be a manager or security or any of that for you to pick up girls, but it does definitely help. Now, sometimes it also helps with a lot of girls where you're more of a little bit of a low-key guy, so it all depends on the type of girl that you're trying to attract. Some type of girls are going to go for the guys that are more low-key and more to themselves, and they see, okay, not every single girl's trying to hit on these guys, and like these girls are also as well high status girls and just want to be with someone that they could basically trust and they think is more of a better option where they are not all over the place and there's not a whole bunch of options going after them and they're not going around screwing every single girl that they meet. So it all depends on the type of girl you're trying to attract. But if you're trying to have more of an abundance of women, then yes, the DJ and the promoter are going to have, I'd say, more of an abundance of women. But that guy that's going to the bar could also get, and just chilling and just being able to meet people and interact will still be able to attract a very high quality woman as well.
Yeah, for sure. And this could apply to a whole range of different environments. So let's say you hate nightclubs. Don't think that, this video's not for me. Apply this to anywhere. What's your realm of excellence? It could be the gym, for example. You could be that guy in the gym. All the staff, all the personal trainers, all the members there, you've been training there for a year. You're bubbly, get on with everyone. A girl who's brand new to the gym is going to see that and be like, this is a cool guy. You know what I'm saying? This is social status game. And even a group of friends. If you can get a group of friends together that you see regularly and maybe you have a common interest, maybe even, play tennis or, or do food nights, or I don't know, whatever you guys like to do, what I'm saying, movie nights. If everyone knows you're that cool sociable guys, any other new girl that comes into the group, you'll have an elevated status in the group. And that's why as a man, you should always try and be the leader of the group. I feel like every man should aspire to be the leader, making the choices, making the decisions. Even Jesse, I did notice when I first met you, all the times, everyone will follow you to the table, you're speaking to the staff, organising the bottle, organising this and that, you know what I'm saying? So you should always try and have that role. And it might not be in the nightclub, like I said, it could be the gym, could be at work, try and be the leader at work, try and be the boss. Obviously mixing pleasure and work is obviously not something, each to their own, but maybe we wouldn't necessarily recommend. But any kind of environment, even if you're religious, even church, you can have high status in church, be the preacher, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It can apply to many situations. So, what do you think about social media and status? Because you've got a really good social media. Obviously, my boy Corey right here, he's got a sick social media. It'd be good to get you on the camera, but maybe not right today. But how do you feel like social media status can be manipulated and can help in your interactions?
Well, I feel like social media is very important when it comes to interactions, and the reason being is because people are going to follow your lifestyle. People are going to become your fans, So basically, there's a lot of people that also, there's a lot of women also that go for a lot of more low-key guys, which also comes up. But when it comes to the social status game, of course, showing that you're out and about and living a very fun lifestyle, of course, gives you a beneficial attraction with the woman that you're with. She's going to want to become a part of your lifestyle based off of the lifestyle choices that you're making. Sometimes, you going on a boat party, you going running every day, you going to play sports, you being in the gym active, you going to parties and just being around cool people all the time, you posting stuff about your viewpoints on life, let's say you're have some sort of views on philosophy or the universe, or there's some conspiracy theories and stuff like that, all of these things are triggers for women to come and open you and interact with you and get to know you better. So of course, showing your personality on your social media is very important. Also dressing nice and taking the right pictures and being in the right places and traveling and all of that makes it look like you have a fun lifestyle. And then of course a woman's going to want to be a part of that lifestyle. Women definitely like to, in my experience, be around people that are living their best life, enjoying themselves to the fullest. And you'll see that a lot of women are going to open interactions with you more. They're going to talk to you first. They're going to ask you to go out. It's not going to be you asking them to go out. There's just based off of if you have the right social media, it really gives you a boost in your interactions for sure. After you've already obviously got them on social media, which has to do with you being able to talk with them, get to know them better. Sometimes on the street, you could just meet someone and just literally put in, just give them just ask for their Instagram or whatever, and they see your Instagram and they see it's nice, they follow you, and you could just continue talking from there. It literally be a snap 2-finger thing, so 2-second thing, so.
Yeah, and I believe Instagram is very important in this day and age. Social media is very important, especially if you're dating as a single man. Whether you like online dating or not, it's an example of where social proof is important. That's why there's a feature of connect to your Instagram. It's like, let's say you're a stranger. Like, some women won't even want to date you if you don't have an Instagram. Like, that's how crazy it is, because I guess they want to see, for their own safety, they want to see that, the people that you have in your Instagram, your stories, your photos, and you just want to look like a cool person. It's your opportunity to just show your best version of yourself. I guess that's why a lot of people don't like it, because it's like, oh, you're showing your highlight reel, and people get depressed because they're comparing that to their everyday life. But that's how the game is, unfortunately. Magazines have been doing it for years, and you've got the opportunity, you have the tools to do it as well. Like, your iPhone is powerful. Use that. Take your time. Like, I mean, Jesse, you're really good at that. I could improve as well in terms of taking the time to take quality pictures. My whole thing was hiring professional photographers and of people that I really admired, and getting them to do, like, fitness guys, and getting them to do similar shots for me, and I have the same impact. So that's really important. I mean, what do you think about guys who show girls their Instagram as part of their interaction to attract them? Do you respect that?
Unless you're basically going into conversation and you're basically showing them a life experience that you've had, and you wanted to elaborate more on that life experience and show them like some pictures and some cool stuff, then yes, I agree with that. But like going like to, let's say if you were to go to a woman, like start showing them like all of these like bottles you're popping in the clubs, or like, that Lamborghini that you have on your Instagram that you've been driving, like that's obviously like, that actually diminishes your value, like if I were a guy, like what would be more beneficial is to have them on Instagram and then let them find out for themselves, like let them, like if you had your own restaurant, or you had your own nightclub, or you had your own bar or something, like let them find out on their own, like if they end up finding out on their own, it's going to be so much more impressive than if you didn't tell them that, like if you go and you have to say it and you brag about it, it means that basically to them it's like, oh, you did all of this just to attract women. So at the end of the day, like you shouldn't have to brag about the accomplishments that you've had. Your accomplishments should speak for themselves, and that means that you don't go and you say anything about it, or you could bring it up in a subtle way, not in a way where like you're trying to gain attraction from them, by mentioning those things, like it's so obviously like so much better if they find out on their own. And but also like let's go back in time a little bit. I feel like a lot of people at the same time on their Instagram feeds, I know some people that are very successful in life and enjoy great lives and drive Lamborghinis and Ferraris and like sick cars. They have a crazy lifestyle and they hardly post anything on Instagram. They have like almost no followers and they live a great life. And like I'm not saying that Instagram is definitely like the number one thing that's gonna like start gaining you attraction but it is a plus at the same time, like if you want to be seen by more people and you want more people to see you and you want to have more of an abundance and you want that type of fame, then once you get into that fame aspect of things, like it's a fun thing, like when you make yourself out to be like famous based off of your lifestyle. A lot of people are going to talk to you more. A lot of people that are going to like reach out to you, and you're going to see like people that you don't even know, they're going to start adding you, they're going to start DMing you. Girls are going to start like hitting you up, wanting to know like what you're about, like based off of your big social media presence. Now, you don't have to have a social media presence and you could do just fine as well. Like there's a lot of people that are very low key with the things that they have, and I definitely respect that. In fact, I probably respect that even more. But the people who are doing social media game and like going for that fame aspect, like such as myself, I love my Instagram, like I definitely like to post what I'm doing. I like to post like definitely not all of my lifestyle, but a good amount. And, like I personally think that your social media, if you're trying to go for fame, like it definitely should be, it should definitely be like, you should be showing your lifestyle. You should definitely be showing like the things that you're doing and having people follow your lifestyle. Like I feel like that's very important too. People following your lifestyle and being able to inspire people. So like, it's not only about like you, it's about the people that you're inspiring, the people that you're taking upon with your journey, and you showing them like where you came from and where you're going, So like at the same time, it could also be an inspiration for others. The reason why you post a lot of good things on your Instagram page page, the reason why you show people like what you can do and that other people could do it as well. And then if you give good advice to people to go through that route themselves, and then after it could help a lot of people through depression. It could help a lot of people like believe in themselves and know that they could do it as well. So I feel like it's very important.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I used to hate social media. There was a period where I couldn't stand it. I was actually in a relationship, so I didn't see it as. I was just thinking about how to get rich. For me, it's been all about money, and that's where Instagram can help you as well. Obviously, that's kind of a slightly different topic, but I love Instagram. We use it for business all the time.
Yeah.
We meet people, we collect Instagram, and for me, it's the easiest way to connect with people. You've got the stories, you've got the posts, you've got the IGTV. You can reach out to them, and most people use it so frequently, probably more than WhatsApp in a lot of cases. So definitely, I would advise you definitely take it seriously. I know there's maybe someone watching it thinking, I've been coming across a lot of people who've been boycotting Instagram, this and that. You can do that. You don't need it. Sometimes you can go off social media. Maybe you just do purely meet people in person. You don't have to use it, but why not use all the tools to your advantage? I mean, some people swear by not using online dating, but again, if you don't have a social life of abundance, it might actually help a little bit. If you've got like a 9 to 5, obviously we live a life where we are out every day, all the time. So I've actually find it hard to keep up with online dating. I actually deleted mine recently, but Instagram, why not, and take the time. You've got all the tools available, and if you want inspiration, look at someone you admire, look at their Instagram, look at their Instagram, see how they do their pictures, see, how they dress, just follow as a start, and then you get your own style. What do you think about people who are kind of boycotting social media? Do you think they've kind of missed an opportunity here?
It all depends on your situation. So if you're boycotting social media for not the right reasons, then of course you're missing out on an opportunity. Like sometimes it's not even the fact that you're just like trying to be a low-key person. Sometimes you're boycotting social media because you feel like things aren't going your way, or you feel like social media is evil or that it's bad because like you see all these people that are doing well, and then after it makes you jealous and envious. Now, if you become jealous and envious of other people, it doesn't mean anything other than the fact that you have to improve your lifestyle as well. Like just you like hiding the fact and you like not seeing these people or seeing these situations shouldn't be the reason why you're basically stopping yourself from social media. In fact, it should inspire you to do better for yourself. Like when people are doing good things in their lives, people are traveling, people are making money, people are being successful. You see like people that are starting businesses, like buying those nice cars, getting those nice women, attracting like good girlfriends, or just having women in abundance. These are the things that should inspire you to become your best self. And I don't think that boycotting social media should definitely be the answer to any of that at all.
Yeah, if anything, it should be a wake-up call to do some more exciting things. I understand fully there are times to grind. There are times in my life where I had nothing to post. Honestly, times where I'll just post, like during the pandemic, I was just posting workouts, But I felt like, the same people that were following me then are probably still following me now. And that's the thing, it's all about a journey. That's what I do like about social media, documenting your journey. It's just, you're going to look back at your stories in like years to come. But whether you want to use it or not, it's each to their own. But I feel like we've covered a lot. I know I always end the video. So have you got anything else to add?
Yeah. Well, okay. Give me a good topic. Maybe we'll figure it out.
Okay. Well, status. I feel like we've covered it. We could do a part 2. Definitely. We've got people who've got some real status, whether through business, whether through. We've met some really cool guys here. As well.
We could definitely talk about the fame aspect of things. Like, what do you think?
What we observe. Okay. Well, there are some really famous people that we've been hanging around with. Some are really hot right now. Some have like been superstars like years back. Do you think that? How do you think status affects interactions? Do you think it makes it easier, harder?
No, it depends on the women. So basically, a lot of people that are famous right now, sometimes they'll definitely have girls throwing themselves at them, like asking them for pictures all the time, like literally like really famous people. And I feel like sometimes, these girls are throwing themselves at these guys, but at the same time, you're going to run into some problems as well, okay? The problems are that a lot of the girls sometimes are going to think that, because you're so famous, that there's so many girls around you that there's no chance that they could ever get you as a boyfriend, and then after they won't want to give themselves up to you. So that's a problem, number one. Number two, Number two, like sometimes like the girls that you're gonna interact with, you're not gonna know who's using you for the fame or who actually genuinely likes you. So you know you need to start to look at all of that. Like you know like as soon as like a girl thinks, okay, you know maybe this guy's famous, like what kind of money is he gonna spend on me? Or how is he gonna do all these flexes? You know like what's he gonna do for me? Oh yeah, like you know like I'm just in it for so I could get myself famous too. And then after there's a lot of like girls that are gonna use guys as well that are famous. But at the same time, you know, it does open a lot of doors. And if you're like humble about it, sometimes you all can also like let's say I'm not famous, but if I was a famous person, how I would go about things is, you know, like I'll try to meet someone who doesn't know who I am, and then after, you know, I'll see where things go from there. I won't even say anything, you know, we'll just interact, we'll click, and then after, boom, you know, she'll know about it later, you know, like you have a nice car. I used to drive a fucking very nice car. I never used to tell anybody about it. I used to wait. Okay, they'll find out when the car pulls up, or when I would, or when they would look at my social media to see the car on social media. You know, like it's those things, like those subtle things. You know, you should never try to brag about any of that. If you want to, like. You could definitely you show your and demonstrate your character based on the way you speak, the way you present yourself, and who you are as a person. That's what's attractive. You know, as soon as you start having to brag or start having to qualify like certain things, like your money, your social status, your cars, you know, your fame or any of that, then after it takes away from the interaction because there's no genuine attraction being built and there's no seduction that's taking place. Seduction is in the way you act, the way you feel, the way that you have your energy, caress the energy that's in front of you, and you're just like having a dance in motion, and it's like you two are basically connected where you just feel the energy. You can literally feel like you're one. That's where seduction comes into play, and that's where attraction comes into play, not by trying to qualify yourself or showing any of these things.
Yeah, we experience polar ends of the spectrum every time we throw a party. So we're flyering the first couple hours of the party. So sometimes people see us even the night before.
Yeah.
They think we're just flyer boys and like we're getting paid to have that flyer. So they might even completely reject you harshly, like look at you like scum, like almost like avoid you like you got some mad disease.
Do the dirty work
and then
sometimes.
you see them and then you're in the party and now you're hosting the party,
And
you
it's your
know,
party.
and you're letting people in and you're like hosting
Yeah.
the biggest table or this and that, and now they want to be your friend. Now they want your attention. I hate women like that. And the thing is, you want to avoid
so
these women.
basic, yeah.
These women that chase status, you want to avoid them. I hate women like that. Personally, like I don't pride myself. I never want to attract women like that. I love humble women, down to earth women. You know, so if you want women like that, if you don't mind like, a bit of toxicity, you call them toxic or not. If you don't mind women who are attention whores and love fame and the limelight, then you know, obviously work on that. But if that's not something that bothers you, maybe your status isn't for you. Like for me, you know, I have as much fun being completely low, like unknown, versus in the middle of my own party. You know what I'm saying? I actually have more fun outside of my own party because it's just more simple and straightforward. What do you think about that? Do you advise guys watching this to go for women who like status or each to their own?
I definitely advise you not to go for girls who only are in it for the status, because you'll never gain any genuine attraction from that. You'll never gain anything from what you're really looking for. Why do you even look for women in the first place? Why do you want to attract women? Why do you want to be with them? Why do you want to have sex with them? Why do you want to kiss them? Why do you want to be with them in general? Why do you want to spend time with them? It's because you have that feminine energy that you are craving for. Like, it's like a dance. Like, it's life. This is the purpose of life. It's to enjoy every moment where you have a genuine interaction with the people that you're in front of, and the only attraction that you'll ever be able to get is when a woman is not using you for what you have, but rather likes you for who you are. So basically that is all, like that's what life is about, you know. So like I don't feel like if for girls like asking you like, oh, what you could provide them, what you have to offer for them to come out with you, or like what type of plans do you have. So okay, based off of the plans that you are about to tell me, I'll either come out with you or not. No, like a woman that's like wants to be a ride or die with you is like, you know what, you can have plans to go get ice cream and she'll want to ride with you because she likes you, she likes your character. She doesn't need to like you to take her to the fucking fanciest club in the whole city, or doesn't need to take you to a 5-star restaurant all the time, or like doesn't need you to take them fucking on an all-inclusive vacation for them to want to hang out with you. No, that's not game. Like real game is not about manipulation. It's about attraction. It's about the person, like, just like you feeling each other, looking each other in the eyes, and like, you just like the way you speak and the way you interact with body language, with energy, and just that connection. And then after you see like, this person really likes me, it doesn't matter what you want to do. Like, you could go for a stroll down Fifth Avenue and just walk by the beach, and just like the simple things in life. And if a girl's willing to do that, then those are the girls that deserve to get taken to a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, exactly, and that's one mistake I made growing up when I was younger. I used to watch these music videos and feel like it was all about having money. You see like 50 Cent, all these bad girls, and now you think back, and like half of them, or probably all of them were paid, like Image, paid to be there, and it's just like maybe it's like the society, the system, like inspires young men to maybe to work hard, to try and attain these things, to be positive, to contribute to society. I don't know, but the reality is you could be a millionaire and still struggle. It is crazy. The bank account full. You know what I'm saying?
Struggle.
Like we there's some. Thank God for this town, because you can really easily see like a snapshot of how these guys live, and some of these guys are balling out differently, struggling still, making terrible mistakes. But the thing is, you can still have success, but it will be a different interaction versus purely the raw sex appeal of a woman wanting you, without all this and that. Because if you've got the money, yeah, why not? Take her to a holiday, and give her this crazy experience. You've got it, use it. We're not, I'm not downplaying, like, what I'm saying, if you have the opportunity to do it, but you generally always want a girl to want you just for you. If you had nothing, she still want you.
Exactly.
And when you can be the guy that attracts the woman, and the woman rejects all these other options they have, what I'm saying, that just gives you more confidence. You know what I'm saying, and more as a man and someone of value. So yeah, anything to add? I'm kind of scared about the 30-minute limit.
Yeah, that's why I think it's getting late. Guys, we love you. Tune in. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys could share the next video. We definitely appreciate you. And catch you on the next one. Much love, much love, much love.
Yeah, nice one, fellas. Take care. Catch you on the next one.